I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Alderaan. Continue with the operation.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I've been covering this story since the 19th of June, really, since the launch of The Last of Us 2, over Metacritic removing negative reviews, but not removing positive ones. See, I've talked at length about review brigading and how it is absolutely, undeniably a thing. It happens. And most people would agree that it sullies the integrity of the review. That's why I like to sort by Steam reviews, sort by hours of the game, hours in the game. I feel like if somebody has 5 or 10 hours into the game, they're likely to be more reliable, as good as it gets outside of just playing it myself. But we also saw this back with Captain Marvel and The Last Jedi, movies or video games that were very divisive, companies moving to protect the brand, to protect their pay piggies, I would guess, willing to trade their integrity for it. Rotten Tomatoes signaled widely and openly that they were deleting Captain Marvel reviews, that they were changing the entire system because Captain Marvel was so negatively reviewed. And ultimately, they moved to a system of verified reviews, which at the time I thought was good, meaning if you bought a ticket through their system, then you could leave a review. One step closer to like a Steam review. I'm 100% in support of that. But then we saw a lot of wonkiness going on with reviews with The Rise of Skywalker, where it locked in at 86% forever, even as the reviews moved from 500 to 50,000 or 40,000 or whatever it was. That 86% never changed. And that's just statistically impossible. As close to impossibility as you can get. Now, Metacritic has been called out now as removing reviews and screenshot evidence. I've also had people email me saying that Metacritic is not allowing negative reviews, but positive ones are going through. I have an email with a case number here, one a viewer sent me, and it says, your inquiry's been sent. And then I see, hi, I can't show you because his name's in here in his email. Thank you for contacting Metacritic. We are aware of the issue and are working on addressing it at this time. Thanks for your support. And what did he send them? He said, I asked why it was possible to leave positive reviews, but not negative reviews. That's why the rating has spiked up. They've confirmed that this is an issue, but honestly, I don't know about that. It seems fishy. So it would appear that Metacritic is actively trying to impede people from leaving negative reviews. Now, maybe the site's just under immense stress with, tens of thousands of people flooding to the site to look at it, to look refreshing constantly to see how low the score goes. Here's a perfect example. Here you see user score 3.4 on 5,000 reviews, and now 3.3 on 3,100 reviews. Date June 19th. The Last of Us 2 is getting nuked on Metacritic, so they started to remove reviews from over 5K to 3K, and it only made the score go lower. Lol Pewds in real time went from, I don't know why people hate Abby so much before the Gulf mission, to outright quitting the game on stream immediately after the mission, cringing and asking why repeatedly. You could see people, Metacritic just deleted my honest review. You may no longer submit a review due to the content of your previous comments or reviews. When Metacritic won't let you write a bad review about The Last of Us Part 2, and you are forced to take screenshots so you can put what you want to say about the game. Now, this isn't the first time they've done this. You could see Game Theory Reject here saying Metacritic is now hiding all user reviews for The Last of Us 2 only. It's nuts how this is going. I mean, I'm absolutely for, by the way, absolutely for putting some sort of verification system in there. Like, if game developers gave out a code or a key in their game to let you go review it somewhere, I actually think that would be amazing. Why? Well, maybe it means that all these negative reviews go away. That's what one position might be. But what my position is that they would actually stay as bad. And that then game journalists could no longer say that they're bots. They could no longer say that it's just toxic gamers, because we would have keys to review the game. This isn't the first time. If we look, Metacritic has removed over 6,000 negative Death Stranding reviews. A hot potato, Death Stranding has proved to be a real love-or-hate game for many people. Now more controversies surrounding Hideo Kojima's title after Metacritic deleted over 6,000 reviews, pushing it from a 5.1 to a 7.4. The change was first reported by a Redditor who noticed that while there were 78 new positive reviews between the 4th and the 5th of December, the number of negative reviews dropped by from 6,429 to 6,429 from 9,335 to just 2,906. So Metacritic has confirmed it removed several user ratings after they were flagged for suspicious activity. Now, some people are talking about how a lot of these reviews are from people who have never reviewed another game before. And again, that's fair. I just want to point out that there are absolutely, positively, people who are positively reviewing the video game who have never played it. You can't just say only the negative reviews are, for example, shill reviews. You can hear apparently reviews are getting removed, and some people claim if you will be sent to an error if you try to give it a 0 out of 10. You know, I heard that they don't allow people to leave negative reviews anymore. I have email confirmation of that now. It's true. I've been trying to review it for days and it won't let me. Keeps acting like it's just loading. You mean fixing it so only perfect scores remain? As far as I see it, you know, I recently signed up for Metacritic to do a bit of research and discovered that most of the 0 and 10 scores are from people who have only posted a review for The Last of Us Part 2. These I would consider unreliable, fake posts, and here's some from today. I would generally agree with that. Of course, there are people who have never reviewed a video game before, and this is their first. Everybody's first game is, you know, everybody's going to have a first game they review, so it doesn't automatically review them or discredit them. But when they're both brand new and they don't really say anything or something like that, well, then maybe they should be used as a weighted score or something like that. I think a majority of reviews should have an attached playtime. I agree with that 100%. They don't want the industry to lose trust in them. Here, I'm going to sit this right here. This is the page, The Last of Us 2 Metacritic review test. After complaints that negative reviews were getting shadow banned, I decided to test it out myself. This is a test to see if my score will appear. Error 503, service unavailable. Now let us see if a high score will appear on the page at the same time. Arrow 503. My high score showed instantly, unlike my negative review, one that didn't show up after waiting for 10 minutes still to see if it would pop up. Oh, here he is, Capo. So neither only the negative review apparently disappeared. The positive one came through. Let's see. Everyone hates it. Oh, your own, is that an own? Okay, well, I'm good for you. I never said the game wouldn't sell well, of course. You know, you see Metacritic, though, 199 user reviews, 9.4 score, but is a game even out yet? I don't know. Metacritic is sus. But you see here, Eric Kane writing a good article here. 2 warnings about The Last of Us 2 review scores. First, warning review brigading. Paul Tassi already covered here on Forbes.com that there's definitely some degree of review brigading going on. That's when a bunch of gamers, whether through coordinated action or just common cause, head over to a site like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes and express their collective anger toward a game, movie, developer, studio by giving a really low score. Right. In this case, as of the writing, the game has a 95 out of 100 critic review score, though many negative reviews I linked to above are unscored and therefore don't impact the overall aggregate number, while the user review score is just 3.4 out of 10. That's not as low as Warcraft 3 Reforged, but which was a review brigaded to dust thanks to legions of problems with the game and a general apathy for Blizzard following the whole Hong Kong protest fiasco. As at the time I pointed out that review brigading was only one of the only realistic tools beyond voting with their wallets normal consumers have to voice their discontent and anger at a game or a game company. I noted that review brigading doesn't necessarily mean a game is terrible. As the score, there's no way Warcraft 3 Reforged is a 0.6 out of 10, but it is an indication that something is wrong and not just entitled gamers. Also, don't listen to ridiculous backlash against gamers. Here's a tweet from former Gears of War developer Cliffy B. Blazinski reacting to evil gamers, you know, the people who have bought his game for years and helped him make him wealthy and successful. And my response, him saying, Ellie is into girls, this is SJW nonsense. F off with that. Eric replies, I really feel like focusing just on this when reacting to negative reactions to The Last of Us 2 is kind of silly. Reminds me of the reaction to people not loving Mass Effect 3, quotation, entitled gamers and whatnot. Here we go again. Okay, so this is the last general reaction I'm seeing online to people who don't like The Last of Us 2. There are anti-SJWs who don't like gay folks and want to burn down Naughty Dog for being in the den of social justice warriors and pushing everyone's noses into politics. Now, okay, there's some glimmer of truth to this. Some people are genuinely bad. Other gamers are reactionary when any kind of progressive politics are found in the game. But there's way, way more to this than meets the eye. In fact, once again, it reminds me a lot of the fallout after Mass Effect 3. The game also received glowing critical reviews, tons of player backlash, and review brigading. At the time, many game journalists, devs, said it was all because of phobia and entitled gamers, when in reality was a lot of people, normal play gamers, and plenty of critics felt cheated by the ending. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's another tweet. This implies that gamers are mad because there are girls in The Last of Us 2, which is so laughably absurd, I'm not even sure it deserves a retort. There are many popular, well-received games with girls in them, from Tomb Raider to Gris, A Plague's Tale, Innocence to Horizon Dawn to Naughty Dog's own Uncharted. The Lost Legacy, which did fine on Metacritic, despite female leads in a male-led franchise. All are well received by critics and gamers alike. More recently, Half-Life Alyx, a critical darling and huge hit with gamers despite Alyx being a woman. If this theory is true, then The Last of Us 2 is getting panned by gamers because of girls, then why are those games okay? It makes no sense, and it's a stupid, lazy argument. Okay, but Ellie is gay. That must be why gamers hate it. If that's the case, then why did The Last of Us Left Behind score so well with critics and gamers? It has an 88 critic score and an 8.2 review score. This expansion is the first game that introduces Ellie as a lesbian, and it's really good. People loved it. Were people just less phobic back then? Not according to everyone yelling about Mass Effect 3. This is an excellent article, Eric Kane. Excellent article. Very fair and balanced. And I think you should read the rest of it on your own. I don't want to deprive him of traffic because he wrote a good article. And you have all sorts of other backlash. You see sites like, I wanted to look up, what it was like on Google. It has a 2.1 review score on Google. Why The Last of Us Part 2 is getting internet hate. Commentary on why you should happily ignore that internet hate. Well, right. Don't listen to people, who are making fun of the game. Listen to me. I work for CNET.com. And ultimately, the same thing. Gamer's bad. Game is good. Listen to critics. We're the ones that really matter. Ultimately, I think that user reviews are extremely valuable. I also think the user review process could and should be improved from a validity standpoint, from a standpoint of just adding integrity to it. I would support this 100%. I don't think that asking people to prove they purchased something is bad. I actually think that adds a ton of security and validity to the reviews that we don't currently have right now, because if a game is bad and the critics say it's good, they just blame evil gamers. This way, I guess they'll write the article, gamers spend millions of dollars just to leave negative reviews. I suppose they'll probably do that too. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm interested to hear what you think. Is Metacritic deleting reviews? What do you think the best system is going forward? And by the way, 40% of my viewers are not subscribed. If you made it this far in the video, you obviously enjoy the sweet, sultry sounds of my voice. I hope that today will be the day I earn your subscription by clicking that little subscribe button down below or on the main channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.